sometimes be out there with me, but they pretty much let me ride myself. And, when I learned, I remember one time in particular, I crashed my bike head on into a car we had at the time, which was a Volkswagen Beetle. I hit it right in the hood. I actually didn't really get hurt that bad. I actually remember getting back up and riding it again. And so, I mean, first of all, with my son, he's 5, and he can't ride a bike yet. He can ride it with training wheels. We started him last year, and he got tired of it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe kids are just lazier today. I don't know if it's because of video games or what. I mean, I had an Atari when I was a kid, so I don't know if it's really that, but he's gonna learn this year to ride it without training wheels. I never learned with training wheels at all, so. But yeah, that was when I was 5 or 6. And then fast forward a few years. After my parents had divorced, and excuse me, I'm gonna take a drink of coffee here. But after my parents had divorced, and we moved down to that farm that I talked about in the previous video. We lived there for a few years until my mom got with her second divorce. And then after that, we moved to a very small town. So small, in fact, that some of the roads in the town were actually gravel roads. For people who don't know, that might not know what a gravel road is, basically it's just a quarried rock. Small pieces. Most are smaller than a walnut. So it's kind of like a dirt, rock road. But anyway, yeah, I was out riding my bike on a gravel road. And it was a big hill. And I was carrying a frisbee with me. It was up against the handlebars. And as I came over the top of the hill, the wind caught the frisbee and started shaking it real hard. And I was trying to steady the frisbee, and I lost my grip on the handlebars. And the bike wobbled and flipped. And I went head first, or face first, into the rock. I definitely didn't get right back on my bike right after that. I went back home, and although it was not particularly funny at the time, and I wouldn't find it funny if it happened to my son, my mom and I still laugh about it years later, because when I walked the bike back up to the house, I had pieces of rock stuck on my face. I mean, I was okay. I think I got a couple scratches, but yeah, this is kind of some of those funny stories you think back about, and but I actually bought a bike probably about a year ago now, and I bought it from a very famous department store. I'm not gonna name names, but you probably know. And that was probably my first mistake right there. Okay. bikes for men, and finally they didn't really push it off on me. I don't want to say that, but I basically had 2 or 3 choices. I had to actually pause at this point because someone called, and I have the song Lowrider on my cell phone, and I'm sure I'll probably cut off that A piece of the first part, but hopefully be able to splice it all together. But yeah, I don't figure you want to hear Lowrider in my whispers, so. But anyway, I was saying that they only had 2 or 3 choices, so I basically picked what was available, and when I got it home, realized that it was only a 20-inch bike, which is very small frame for an adult. I'm not a real tall adult, but it was too small for me. I called the bike company, and they said basically it was for a child or a very small adult. Probably not more than 5'4", and I'm definitely taller than 5'4", so I don't know how many adults there are that short, so I mean. But anyway, so I had to take it back again. And this time I'm just like, you don't have that many choices. I've already gone through all this. I would just like my money back. But I guess their policy is now that they don't give you money back, which I find not right. But they give you a card, and they put the money on that. So basically, you have to spend the money in their store. So basically, they still got my money, and I had no bike. But so now this year, with all the other expenses I've had, that I can't afford a bike. So, well, I might be able to afford a bike from there, but I'm not going through all that again. So, before this gets too long and I can't upload it either, I think I'm gonna end for now. Just wanted to try a little something different, different computer. It's the same cheapo microphone, but from my playback it didn't sound too bad. So hopefully you didn't hear the riding lawnmower going by. The whatever you want to call him, supervisor, groundskeeper, whatever, is outside